And so this past summer, I was thinking about, like, how can I better prepare our teams for that so that they can be ready for what they're going to see and experience, and then also process that as they leave. What do we do afterwards with this? What is okay, we've seen this, we were there one time, what can we do now? What do we do with this? And so I was talking with one of the missionaries, Chloe, about it, and then I wanted to spend some time in prayer and talk with God about how I could help teams with that. And so I spent some time with God before we took one of the teams there. I was just talking with him about it and wondering, what can I do? And what I heard from the Lord, honestly, was to talk with the teams about the reality that they're going to face, which we always do. So the sights, the smells, be mindful of your face, keep a smile on your face. If something is shocking or different from anything you've experienced, don't let that just be so readily apparent, just basic things. But the thing that the Lord spoke to me that he wanted me to share with them was that as you go in, I want you to focus on the kids. And kids are just kids. These kids are just kids. Yes, the reality is tough, but at the end of the day, they're just kids. And all kids, regardless of where they are, regardless of circumstance, regardless of the condition they're living or anything, are really just needing a couple things, and that's time and love. And so I spoke to the team about this, and as they enter the space, I just want you to see these kids as kids and to love them just as kids. Just to put the reality aside for a second and see them only for children of God, that's who they are, and to love them for that reason only. And so I talked with this the first time I shared this was with a team called from Phoenix Bible, and we shared that with them. We left that morning and went to Elim, and we started out by giving them the breakfast that they normally do, and then we led them in a song with some motions. It was fun. And then one person from the team, who is a dance teacher, brought this just kind of a simple message about dance, and then had an exercise with it. So the message about dance was just that how we can experience joy in dancing, specifically how God has made dancing to bring us joy and experience his presence through movement and fun and music. And so she brought this message about that, and then had a simple exercise called freeze dance. And so what you do is you play music and you get to free dance, right? So however you want, just moving around with friends, with other people, dancing around, having a good time. And then when we stop the music, you freeze, right? In whatever position you're in. Really simple exercise. And so we started the program, she gave the message, and then we started into this exercise, explained it, how the freeze dance works. And this crew at the Ministry of Elim there in the garbage dump, the group of kids can be a bit difficult at times. They're a little bit rowdy. Kids can often be just kids, tough to get their attention and maintain it and different things, especially coming in as a stranger. And so then we do the program and we start this freeze dance exercise, and as soon as we start the music, the kids are instantly engaged, and you're looking around and everybody's dancing, everyone has a smile on their face, and the whole environment, that area that is the Ministry of Elim there in the garbage dump, was just full of joy, and joy that came from like God's presence just immediately being there. And we did one song, just super high energy, and the kids are loving it. We finished that song, and they're like, otro, vamos, otra canción. Let's do another, let's go, another song. And we do another song, and same thing, just smiles and energy, and the kids are mixing in with the team, and it's such a good time. And we finish the second song, otro, and we do another one. And we finish our third song, and they still want another song. But because of time constraints, we keep moving on with the lesson. And so from there, the atmosphere was just it was unreal. We finish the dancing, we go into the lesson and the craft. Sometimes when you do the lesson with this group, it's a struggle. And after that, they were listening, they're paying attention. The whole environment was full of joy and peace. And it was just incredible. We finished our time there, which was really precious. and we get ready to go with the team. We load up on the van, and normally where you have this kind of spirit or feeling of heaviness on your heart because of the difficulty of the reality that you've seen of people living there in the garbage dump, right? That's their reality. And instead of this feeling of heaviness, there's this feeling of peace and joy. Honestly, I've never experienced anything like it. And God did that. What's cool about that is that not only was that a joyous moment then, but that is, for me, not exactly the turning point. You could see the turning point for this ministry there this year. Last year, the ministry was really struggling. There were like changes in government regulations. The property was, it was up in the air whether the property was still going to be allowed for Inkling to use it to continue the ministry. And the director of that ministry, Olenka, went through a really tough time with cancer. And so last year was rough. But Olenka and the volunteers have persevered. They've gained more volunteers this year. Teams are connecting and blessing the ministry this year. And the ministry is growing. Like when we went that time, there were over 30 kids there. And they're continuing to come. As I went with more and more teams over the summer, there was the same kids there. There was consistency. There was consistency in volunteers. There was consistency in kids. And that is so valuable. That's what kids need, is they need consistency. They need this consistent love that you're going to be there for them in a world for them that's changing and up and down and difficult and people in and out of their lives. This consistency and this love that's consistent means the world to them. And so this moment with the dance exercise and everything is just, to me, the representation of what God is doing there, what God can possibly do through a team, and what God is doing there in the ministry of Elim, changing lives and bringing joy. So I got some video of that moment there, the dance exercise that we did, and it's pretty fun. You can see the joy. I tried to edit the video, and that video editing is just not a skill that I have yet, but it turned out okay. Watch it right now. Sí, puedes grabar, puedes grabar.
When I was low as a rug, I'm standing up, look at what my father does.
I hope you enjoyed the video and that brought a smile to your face. God is doing some really great things in Inkling, Peru, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. I'm thankful to all of you that support me, both in prayer and financially. I couldn't be doing what I do without you, and I don't take that for granted. I love you all a bunch, and we'll talk to you later.